Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches. This is today's sketch. 2 photos, some layers, some bits over here on the side. I've got some photos, 2 of them, and some papers for layers, and all of my stuff. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so I am going to use this red paper as my background. It's a red orangey paper. It does have a little bit of mixed media already printed on it with the little dots, but I am covering that up. I don't really think it adds anything to the layout that I'm creating, so I'm not worried about it. I've also pulled this star paper from my Disney stash, and I am going to place these on either the left and the right hand side of the page. As you can see in the sketch, it is straight lines, but I thought some torn edges would add just a little bit of interest, and that makes me happy. I'm going to use this dotted paper as my background to mat my photos. These photos are 2 of the images in the elevator on the Disney Fantasy. When you're going up and down the elevator, you actually see a bunch of these images painted onto the inside of the walls. It's not on every elevator because some of the elevators are just open, but we rode a couple times so we could kind of check out what they were. And these were my favorite images. It's Mickey and Minnie Mouse in the Plane Crazy plane, and then also the tugboats, which I thought were adorable. So in case you didn't know, Plane Crazy Mickey is my favorite Mickey, and Plane Crazy has always been my favorite Mickey cartoon. Not Disney cartoon, but Mickey cartoon. After that, after Plane Crazy, it's the Ghosts, where Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are ghost hunters. And they get called to a house and the ghosts are all there. Anyway, that's my second favorite Mickey cartoon, but Plane Crazy's always been my favorite Mickey cartoon. Even before I met Christopher, and even before, you know, airplanes became such a big part of my life, it just always was. So I just wanted to document that. I am using a bunch of these LE Studio monthly kits. I really want to get a bunch of these used up because I still have a stack, you guys. There's just a lot. I decided to use some of these hexagons as kind of a background to the cluster that's over here. I don't place hexagons anywhere else on the page. It is just like this cluster is going to have like the hexagons because this is like the big main cluster, right? The titles here, Good Things, is going to be the title if you so choose to need a title on your layout. Or it could just be a little bit of, well, just a little bit of text, right? Just a little bit of text. I'm going to use a variety of hearts on this page. And I'm also going to use florals, and I'm going to make sure that florals happen somehow in every single cluster. It turns out I didn't have one in one of the clusters, and at the very end I was like, nope, gotta fix that. I do want florals in all of the clusters. No idea why, because we're in an airplane in the sky and a boat in the water, and I'm just like, I need flowers. So there it is. And I guess that's the way some people are like, I need butterflies on their page. In this case, I just needed the florals. So these things that I have in this little 4x6 holder are from Simple Stories. There is a mix of icons that you get, these little chipboard shapes, and they are in a color theme. I've gone through and combined all mine, so I have hearts, stars, and arrows in this. And then like the banners and the tags and the bookplate things, those are in another place. And they're in the shop. Shameless plug for the shop. And I do know that some people were concerned because the one stencil wasn't showing up, the corner stencil that has the layering piece on top of it. It's in the shop now. I don't know why it wasn't showing up, but I got it all figured out and it is there. Every once in a while, I have issues with my shop doing weird things, and it just did a weird thing. Okay, so I brought in these puffy stickers, and I went ahead and put the boat and the airplane icon. Again, wrong airplane, wrong boat. They don't match what's in the photo, but it's a flying contraption and a floating contraption, so for me, it works. I'm going to use this rub-on floral over here to kind of fill in this space. Originally, I was thinking about a Mickey head right there, but I thought the floral would be really awesome there, so I went with that. There is floral on that camera puffy sticker that I put over in the right-hand corner, and now I am looking for things to create one more cluster down here. I have not looked back at the sketch since I started this layout, so I'm not exactly sure where that cluster is. I think it's actually on the photograph, but I decided not to put it there. I put it down here on my torn paper edge. And then I added a little more flower up there with that geotag that has the flower on it, and I just tucked that in there. Two reasons. I wanted another flower, and I thought that that color needed to be a little bit more pronounced right there in that tiny little cluster. I want it to brighten it up a little bit, and I think it did it. Now I am using more of those LA Studio bits, trying to figure out what I want to do. I decided to use this one that says The Details, and I was actually going to put my journaling on there, which is pretty awesome for me because I, in general, don't feel that I like cards that are like, here is the story. These are the details. This is what happens. Like, I want to be able to write down whatever I want to write down. Like, do I want to write down a feeling? Do I want to write down that, you know, this is my favorite Mickey cartoon? Like, whatever. I don't want my decorations on my page to dictate what or even if I say something. Do you know what I mean? How do you guys feel about that? Do you like those prompt things that you put on your page? Does that help spark your story, your text, your journaling? Are you like me where you're like, don't tell me what to do? All right, so I'm putting some hearts down here. I am going to put some text down there. I thought about bringing in these little baubles, but ultimately decided against it. I just was like, no, not the thing to do. I find my pen, write down the journaling, talk about how I love these little scenes in the elevator. And then I think I'm finished, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, something feels weird. And I'm like, I think it's because there's no flowers down here at the bottom. And I'm like, oh, do I got to dig through and find a flower? And I look up on my tripod leg that holds the iPad camera that I used to. And I was like, oh, there's a sticker. I'm going to tear off a little bit of that sticker and tuck that in there. And now I've got a flower and now I'm stupid happy. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, there's that flower. Love it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.